Hello, Aries, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 19th through the 25th. And during that time, we first have the waxing crescent moon energy, and that's a time of heightened senses. We've just started working and planning on those things that we started during the new moon. So just buckle down and live up to those expectations and get things done. We then have our first little interrupter. It's the first quarter moon, and you might feel this energy somewhere on the 22nd or the 23rd. And it's almost like a full moon energy, but just a little shot of it, where you might feel impulsive, impatient. Your mind might be active. It's hard to get things done and just hard to focus and concentrate. So know that that's coming up and give yourself a little bit of space there, or learn how to, try to tackle those things and be in control and dominate those impulses. So we then have the waxing gibbous as that moon keeps growing, and that allows for a deeper understanding and outlook. We're definitely back to work, working, and we're also acting on our intuition and our introspection as we work on those things that we are working on. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Aries. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: it's a time to take action. All right, with the new moon card there. So, let's see what kind of action the Aries collective needs to be taking. As I'm shuffling the tarot cards this week, my fun weekly reminder is that you keep a spiritual journal. So often, as we're learning things in our spiritual life, it's good to write them down, only because it's good to come back later and kind of have them there as a reminder. If you're like me, I have a horrible memory, so when I go through things, and also for time, like if I experience something, I couldn't tell you if it was 2 years ago or 10 years ago. I'm just really bad about having a timeline of things. So once I learned that about myself, having a spiritual journal, it just reminds me, oh, it was a year ago that this thing happened to me, or I learned this thing. So it's just a good thing to do. I know many times you might make it a part of your regular journal if you're already a journaler, but having a spiritual journal is really something, just a good tool to be able to look back on. So keep that in mind. That's my fun weekly reminder for you. All right, Aries, let's get into this reading, July 19th through the 25th. It's time to take action. Your present energy, Queen of Swords. So you might be taking action on some sort of front where you need to say something that needs to be said. The Queen of Swords does not mince her words. You can tell, even by the direction of her hand here on this card, when she says something, she means it. She's not playing around. She's also using her intellect, her logic, to arrive at conclusions. So this could be your energy this week, is that you just need to say things that have maybe been bubbling up, right? Sometimes it's just time to say things. But that's your current energy right now. Your current situation is the Ace of Wands. So there might be some sort of new passion or newfound something fiery that comes in for you. And it might be why you're speaking up like this. So if it's time to take action, this new passion is something that is lighting a fire under you. So whatever it is, it could be, again, this, I feel, just get this feeling of something kind of bubbling to the surface, that I don't think this is a new thing. I feel like this might be something that has been brewing for you. At the root of your situation is the Tower card. So this has been some sort of disruption. And like I said, I feel like it's something bubbling up or something brewing. And it could be that this week things just kind of come to a head with this tower. So, the Tower card, sometimes it's about having an obstacle in front of us, or it could be like a rude awakening. It could be something that comes to you that's, it's, again, it's because it's a disruption. I'm trying to think of another word for that. Something that's unexpected. But in this case, I do get this sense that you've kind of known it was there and it's been bubbling up. This is a test for you. Any kind of tower always is. Anytime we have any kind of adversity like that, you do need to ask yourself, what is, and sometimes it's hard in the moment, but even later, come back and ask yourself, what was I supposed to learn through this? What was the test? What was it testing me on? In your recent past, here is Six of Cups. So this could be something, again, I feel like it's something brewing. Many times when I see this card, this is a card of like reminiscing and thinking of our past. So this could be something from your childhood. So this could very well involve a sibling or an old friend or some family member, but it's something that has bubbled up again, that's coming to the surface. It's lighting a fire under you, and you're definitely going to say something about it. Again, it's time to take action. It might be something that is, again, you thought was maybe it was uncomfortable to take action, but you're seeing now that whatever this unresolved thing has been a delay, it's kind of come to a head now, and you do need to take care of it. What's on your mind this week is the Three of Pentacles. So you do want to come together and create in a creative way and come to some solution. So it's not like you're going to say a thing and just not work on it. If this involves another person, you're going to say the thing and then want to work on it together, want to make sure that you can come to a resolution so that it's a win-win for everybody. So whatever that might be, get to work on it. What's just ahead of you this week? The Star card. So all of this has been happening because anytime we see the Star card, it's about following the direction and the course in which your life has been moving and going. So this is about watching the signs, listening to your intuition, understanding the guidance that the universe is giving you and trusting in that guidance. But it's also about being on course. So, and I feel like we're all perfectly on course where we're supposed to be for where we are. And it's not, this is why we can't compare ourselves to each other. We're all on different paths. We're all doing, we're learning things at different rates, where I might learn a thing about this part of life uh, 10 years before the person next to me, but they've learned something amazing about another part of life that I haven't learned yet. And that's why we're all learning from each other as well. But the Star card is like, this is time for this to happen. There's a reason this played out the way it did, even if it started back in your childhood or back in your youth. There's a reason, and you need to just extract those reasons and see what it is. What are you supposed to learn from this? In your advice position is the Hierophant. So this is about seeking guidance. This is about understanding that maybe this is a little bigger than you, and that you do need to go to speak to someone, um, or get some more information. So this is typically a card of coming to some sort of spiritual understanding about something. Excuse me, let me grab a drink real quick. Also, I'm going to say anytime I get choked up like that during a reading, you have to speak up. This Queen of Swords that I'm talking about speaking up, and maybe it's because of this Hierophant, whoever it is that you go to seek guidance. And I mean, it might be why you're at a tarot reading. So it's saying that you need to speak up. This might be leaving me a comment if this is resonating, so that we can converse back and forth a little bit. So, or if you're going to if you go to see a sermon, you might want to talk to the person that's delivering that sermon. I feel like you're supposed to speak up to wherever you're getting this guidance. It could just be someone that's older and wiser than you, so you do need to speak up. But whatever it is, anytime I have that happen when I'm doing a reading, I feel like that's just the message, is that you need to speak up. I mean, I can feel it. It's almost like my throat is trying to not speak. It's like a fear that's there. Speak up, and specifically to the person to which you are seeking guidance from at this time. So think about that. That's in your advice. So definitely take that into consideration. What is beyond your control this week is the Emperor. The Emperor is our card of leadership. It's our card of having a clear vision. It's what we're going to build. And I always, these two cards, when they're together, I mean, they're actually together in the order of the major arcana. This is 4 and 5. So don't they look similar the way they're sitting there? The Emperor, we're seeking guidance from someone who is seeking that guidance from above, and then we're going to take that information and build something, and maybe build something new, something fresh. But it's about building things in a systematic way, and that's beyond your control. So whatever this is you're learning, you're going to build off of it and learn and do the thing that you're learning, which is really awesome. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid, is the Wheel of Fortune. Well, hopefully this is your secret desire, because the Wheel of Fortune is about evolving. It is about, how life changes on a dime. It could just be something that comes up, something you say, this tower that happens, where life is different tomorrow than it was yesterday, so and you're either trying to avoid that, or it is your secret desire. You just want some relief from whatever this has been going on, and you do want things to change. That's why you're going to collaborate, and also why you're going to speak to this person that's offering you this kind of guidance. So ask yourself this question: is it your secret desire for things to be different, or is that your fear? Are you trying to avoid that altogether? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just that you need to understand your answer to that question at this time. All right, in your outcome position is the Queen of Wands. So, not only Queen of Swords, which is about really speaking up and understanding, again, intellect, logic, that sort of thing, and just saying the thing that you have to say, because it's on your mind there. Ending up as the Queen of Swords is really living your life in a way that is more passionate, right? Making sure that, and we've got this Ace of Wands here. What excites you? Sometimes we just go along in life and we're just kind of plodding along with the same line because we've just fallen into routines and things. And this to me is like kind of a shake up the routine reading. Take action. It's time to not flatline in your life, but what is exciting to you, and then do those things. Go participate in those things. What makes you fall down in bed at night and go, oh, that was the best day? What makes you laugh, what makes you excited to get out of bed in the morning. So think about that, because that is the energy in which you need to end up at this week. So if you're looking to do that, you need to take action. You need to speak up. You need to speak to this Hierophant. Whatever's going on here, it'll all come together, and what it's going to do is make you want to build something anew and build it with passion, which I think is the best way to build things. All right, what is hidden from you at the bottom of the deck is rest and meditation here with this Four of Swords. No rest for you this week. I feel like, and I don't mean no rest in the way that you're not going to get to sleep. It's not like that. I feel like there's just things going on. You need to take care of them. You need to speak up. There's some actions and things that you need to be taking. Maybe next week is a calmer time for rest and meditation. I will say that what this does, though, is puts two fours on our table, which reminds me to tell you to look up angel number 44, see if that has any significance to whatever's going on in your life right now. All right, Aries, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Aries. Final message for Aries. Okay, this card here: be open to love. Be open to love. And this is kind of reminding me of this card, and also the Wheel of Fortune card too. Be open. I mean, even if you have an issue that you need to bring up with someone and say the thing, be open to the fact that you can turn around, love, and work together, right? That's a great feeling. So make sure that you're at least open to that this week. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Aries this week. Self-care for Aries. Okay, this card right here. And it is the card called Reassess. You have the right to change your mind. Okay. We all have that right every day, right? Be open to love. You have the right to change your mind. And it could be, again, I do feel like the situation is something that has been bubbling up for years, and maybe you didn't want to say anything, and you do have the right to change your mind and say, you know what? I am going to say something because I want to move forward in a more positive way in my life. And it's just kind of the direction I need to go. So, Aries, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life. Remember, if you have any comments, if this did resonate with you, if there's something going on that you do need to ask me about, certainly leave me a comment. I'd be happy to respond to that for you. Or if you have questions about the reading, I'd also answer those for you as well. And if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really, really kind. And I appreciate you doing that so much, Aries. So thank you so much for being here. Good luck with this reading, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.